What's up, Dab? What's up, Alex Xavier? Just bored, out late. Oh. Come on. Tweaked my elbow pretty good. Yeah, I think it was. So I gotta watch it. Got me a little worried, I'll be honest. Oh. See if I can still throw a sidearm without hurting my arm. It's hard to get the knife to turn around if I can't snap very much. I could try a different grip. That might work. Okay. I'm gonna hold further down. That seems to be better. Oh. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I sure know we did. We had a great weekend. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's up, Shane? Wasn't Desperado about those? Yes, it was. You seem to know a lot about that movie, though. I've never seen it. Good. Can't snap my arm. So it's actually easier to throw further away than it is close. Well, less taxing on my arm, I guess. Because further back, you just kind of bowl with it. When you're up close, you got to snap your wrist a little bit. Hurts my elbow. Maybe it'll make the side arms easier. Ooh, that last one felt good. Grab this knife that slid all the way back here. Back to about 10 meters. Ow, shit. Ooh, those were in there good. I did not spray my targets before I started throwing. That's rare. I recommend spraying your targets every time before you throw. Just for longevity. Targets can be hard to find, you know. Oh, that one felt wrong. Oh, those are stupid. I think this is my third stream this week. Sidearms are feeling pretty good from back here, really. I'm not having to put a whole lot of ass on them or anything. I'm just trying to get them there. That was good. Yeah. If you want to get good at half spin, I recommend wherever you pick up a knife that you missed, just try to pick it up from wherever it's sitting. And, you know, knife right there, pick it up, give it a shot, you know. That's kind of how I learned underhand half spin. All the knives that I missed, I just pick them up and just give it a go. And if it worked, then I would kind of store that mentally. Not, you know. So, okay, hold on. You said, danger, if you had to choose one way of throwing, what would it be? Disregard martial arts, defensive aspects, and competition. Oh man, I mean, well, you can't disregard those. You can't, because there has to be context. So I cannot disregard those. I have to give, because I throw all of them. I like throwing all the ways. Because it's all knife throwing to me. You know, some people are just like, I'm purely instinctive. I like no spin or half spin or whatever. I think it's all fun. Rotational for competition. Accuracy rotational throwing will always be the most accurate. Now you have to You know, sacrifice knowing your distances. It's possible to do it instinctively, but it's very difficult to do. Now for combative stuff within 20 feet, 23 feet, 7 meters, no spin all day. And then for further stuff past that, if I had, you know, because, you know, when I think of combative or self-defense or whatever, I'm always going to be drawing a knife from the sheath, so it's always going to be handle first. But outside of that, if I had a chance to flip the knife around and actually look at my target and gonna aim, I'd choose half spin all day. I can't disregard those three things. You have to. But then again, I think the thing that I enjoy throwing the most is sheath to target stuff. I enjoy having my knife rig on with my 3 knives. I think sheath to target throwing is the most fun, in my opinion, because you're able to do the fast draw stuff. You know, there's the Texas 3-step stuff, and it just, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I think it looks the coolest. That's what got me into buying the rig, and you know, I don't know, I just saw the guys that I looked up to when I first started throwing. They had these, you know, knife rigs on. They had big old bowies, and you know, it kind of looked like a mix between a cowboy and a something. I don't know, but yeah, man, that's I can't give just one. But rotational will always be my first love. That's how I learned how to throw. But instinctive throwing is it's the bee's knees, dude. It's the bee's knees. Let's see if we do some nose spin from back here. Oh, my hand got turned. The wisdom from Shuriken Jutsu across all traditional schools was that beyond 18 feet, any blade was potentially too easy to dodge. What do you think about that guideline? I like that challenge. I like that challenge. Now, if I had the blade in my hand and you saw me getting ready to throw it, yes, you could dodge a blade pretty easily, but you know, if we were just to have a conflict, like old school, if I had a sword in my hand and you thought we were going to be ready to do a sword fight and I drew a fucking knife and threw it at you, the element of surprise, you got to kind of account for that, right? But I would like to, you know, I'm standing at 7 meters right now, which is 23 feet. I still would challenge anybody to dodge one from this far. I can throw pretty hard and quick, and there's, I don't know, you know, that's all in theory, I guess, right? Hope you make it to Blade Aces. Yeah, that's still up for debate. The team aspect. Yeah, I don't know. Blade Aces. I don't know. Maybe. Of course, I'm not throwing too hard right now. I'm trying to save my elbow. Oh, man. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm not feeling too rambunctious. We had a long weekend. Grab another cerveza, maybe that'll help. Any other thing, Ryan? Shuriken Jutsu or Shuriken Zone? I'm not trying to hate, but all of the traditional bow shuriken practitioners that I've seen come from any school in Japan, any school, and you can, if you've seen a video that can prove me wrong, I would love to see it. But all the traditional shuriken jutsu practitioners I've ever seen at any school in Japan don't impress me. Now, I'm only saying that because that's just all what I've seen. And they also don't, I don't think there's any schools in Japan that solely, can't think of the word, that they don't focus on shuriken jutsu. Shuriken jutsu was kind of like a separate thing from kenjutsu or ninjutsu. It was just like something extra. So I have yet to see any practitioner impress me as far as like speed and accuracy. It's mainly, I don't know, mainly for distraction or just part of their curriculum that they had to do to progress as far as rank or something. And maybe I'm wrong, and I would love to see videos of someone throwing badass. I just haven't seen them do it. I should get a little closer. That's for beginners. Where did I get that knife necklace from my neck? This, everybody always asks me about this. This is an old school Tokyo spike made by Cold Steel. You can't buy them anymore. I don't think you can even find them anywhere on the internet. I've looked. They have newer versions now. They changed them. They really screwed up on the new ones. They suck. I don't recommend them. Especially if you plan on throwing one. Ooh. this. Here's a small tip. I don't know if I've said this on the stream before. If you throw, I'm probably sure I have. If you throw a lot, like if you're practicing for hours a day, don't pull your knives with your throwing hand. Pull them with your offhand. You can, wear yourself, like blisters can happen. You can just wear yourself out easier. So it's better to use your offhand. Ooh. I didn't know that about the police. Oh man, your sister must be a badass. What's up? Yes, you can. Yes, I am open for hire. Especially when everybody's watching. Yes, let's talk about assassination. I'm throwing into wood. I've been throwing for about 13 years now. That was a shit throw. Ouch. Oh. Oh. That was stupid. Oh. Not doing my best throwing, that's all right though. I'm trying to keep from tweaking my elbow. Did the other night doing fast draw shit. Oh. These knives are really getting jacked up. Check them for burrs. Stainless isn't always the best material for throwing knives, but it is what it is sometimes. Yeah, these things are getting pretty beat up. I don't got the best lighting right now. Oh. There we go. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I don't place the knife in my hand. Now, you'll see someone like Joel Halapanin, which I think is one of the best throwers in the world. He always takes his knife, puts it in his hand, and makes sure that his hand is on the knife in the exact same place every time. And he gets the best results that way because he knows it's perfect. I like to just grab the knife and try to figure it out without having it perfectly. So if I'm adjusted too high or low, in my mind, I feel like I should be able to adjust on the fly. Now, depending on your distance, that matters a lot more when you're further away. You need to be adjusted perfectly. But specifically, like for fast draw stuff, I'm drawing from my waistband. You don't always get the exact same grip every time. You don't have a chance to. Now, every once in a while, like with my bigger knives, if I'm drawing from the sheath, especially when we used to do your hand on the collarbone, or you had your hand out like this, then you had to draw and throw. You don't have time to adjust. But with a bigger knife, you can kind of adjust depending on how high you grab it. If you grab it low, it's going to spin quick. If you grab it high, it's going to spin slow. So just from repetition, throwing all the time, after you grab, you can make a split-second decision to either snap or follow through more. I just think it's advantageous to someone who thinks in the combative or self-defense shit, whether you believe in that or stuff or not. That's just kind of how I think about things. And it's actually served me well, especially from closer distances. You can really afford to mess up at a closer distance. You just gotta, the further you go, the less mistakes you can make. Closer, the more mistakes you can make. And that's why no spin fast draw has worked. We were the first ones to integrate no spin into the fast draw competition, and it took off pretty quick. I was wondering how many people would get used to it. Now, drawing from here and grabbing your knife no spin is very difficult because you have to have your finger placement just right? So at Dangerfest, in order to compete with, because in Canada, they started competing with guns, with pistols. So they were putting knife throwing versus pistols side by side. And in order to make that closer, because pistols are obviously faster, they were having them do lawman ready. So let's say this knife is in my sheath. Instead of having your hand like this, ready to go, you could have one finger touching like this or this. You know, somewhere that you could index, but you still have to have your hand open regardless. Because with regular fast draw, you can have your palm touching, but your hands cannot be wrapped around the knife ready to go. So I believe I heard someone calling it lawman ready. So, you know, back in the day, if you were doing a duel, you kind of have your hand on your pistol, which your palm would be touching the handle of the gun. So that's kind of what we're doing. See, I can really, I don't have to worry so much about my hand placement or anything. I'm only about 13 feet away. And of course, the faster you throw, the less time your knife has to deviate from the right path. So it doesn't really matter if I throw sidearm, backhand, whatever, at this distance, it's super easy. See if I can do some sidearm or overhand half spin from here. See, I got to snap really hard. I cannot follow through as much, which I always preach. Following through is very, very important, and it is, but there are times where you do not want to. If I was to extend my arm any further, the knife would not have time to turn a half rotation. Even more so if I was going to be doing one rotation, which I don't even know if I can do one rotation at this distance. Let's try it though. I got to snap hard. Oh, first try. Not even close. Under, under. So I'm having to release about right here. That's why I say, just for that demonstration right there, you can see it's easy to get distance with half spin and one spin for sure. Like I can get a one rotation 60 footer pretty easily. Just because your fingers canceling and it just has that much time. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but let's go back here a little bit. Do some one rotation. A lot easier from back here. That was a shit throw, but it stuck. Oh, that went inside the leg of the, damn, that sucks. Under, see, I'm still underspun. All right, hold on. That sucks. Oh, I got access to it. There we go. So, from even this far back, which I'm standing at about 7.5 meters right here, I still have to snap because my finger is there to control spin. Then, of course, the more direct I throw, because that's kind of how I throw, I don't throw with a whole lot of arc. The more direct I throw, the more I have to snap. Now, if I was to throw a lazy throw with arc, I could slow it down a little bit. Like that. Let's see what else. Man, I'm not really feeling too motivated tonight, kids. I apologize. Does anybody have any suggestions, something that they want to see me demonstrate? My arm's hurting, so I'm being kind of gingerly with my throws tonight, so I apologize. Damn, chat kept going. Holy shit. You stick all 6, I'll subscribe. I got you. From here, I'm assuming you mean here. This is, difficult. Oh, hold on. We have a really low price. Subscriptions are low price. They're free from now until forever. So, come on, you fucker. Sorry, I know I'm missing a lot of comments and questions. I'm sure some really cool, and I need to read all of them, but I don't have my moderator out here. I don't have my cameraman out here either. Usually we're a little bit more professional now, but I decided to do a late stream by myself. Subscribe, biatch. Those were half spin, by the way. Six no spin from that distance would be a problem for me right now. My swell bow sucks. Thank you. Crack an egg on my head for a sub. Moo. What we got, like 6-year-olds watching? Let's see if we do 6 in a row from sidearm. Woohoo! Got lucky on that one. Oh. Ricocheted off that other knife. Still stuck. Our regular day to stream is 6 p.m. on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, and every first Thursday of the month, we do a giveaway. So if you want to learn to watch and win a free throwing knife, watch this Thursday at 6 p.m. All right, so I got 6 in a row from, let's try no spin, fuck it. Oh, that sucked. Oh, dude. Not good. Oh, underspun. I'll take under than over any day. That was stupid. Not feeling no spin right now. I could try one other technique here, because I've been doing a lot of the whipping straight over the top lately. Let's do some old school, like, instead of straight over the top like that, we'll go a little bit of an angle. You know, straight side arms more like this, over the top's this way. So we're gonna try it like 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. You fucking bitch. Oh. All right, my no spin sucks right now. Let's do underhand half spin. You suck. Would you rather be a master at one way of throwing or good at all of the ways? You know, one trick pony, it's awesome, right? But being able, I don't know, I really enjoy all of knife throwing, so. And if you're going to go into a competition and, you know, there's so many different disciplines in events, you know, it gives you a lot more chance to bring home some trophies. So, yeah. All right, let's try that underhand again. Good at it all. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but man, being a master at one thing, that's pretty cool too, right? But being versatile, that's what I enjoy the most. I'm not trying to talk shit, but Adam Cheladine, he's an excellent high-level competitive no-spin thrower. But that's about it, in my opinion. Like, I don't think he's ever won anything outside of no-spin. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. A lot of the like the hardcore instinctive guys, they forget that rotational throwing can add to the knowledge of the instinctive. It really does. And a lot of them just don't. They just refuse to throw. Like, I'm not going to stand at a set distance. And I get that, but there's a lot to learn from it, in my opinion. Just being able to pick up something, feel the weight, and figure it out. Like, this knife is not meant for rotational throwing. This is strictly an instinctive knife. But let's see if I can, I'm going to guess. I think throwing 7 meters should be from the blade. Okay, all right, so. All right. Okay, I messed that up. I should be, okay, watch this. So this is another example. Instinctive throwing, or rotational throwing, is not instinctive, especially when you add multiple rotations. If you add 2 rotations, 1 rotation is pretty easy to adjust instinctively, but you add more than 1 rotation, it's really, really difficult. Okay, I'm gonna throw from the blade again. Dude! All right, I fucked that up too. Smaller, shorter knives, man, they spin a lot quicker. Most rotational knives that you'll see people compete with are 12 to 16 inches long, and there's a reason for that. It's easier to feel the rotation. Okay, so let me try. Okay, so I was throwing, maybe I stepped back a little too far. Maybe not. Still under, what the fuck? Dude. What? I think it's fucking backwards. It is backwards. Okay, yeah. Short knives, man, they are difficult. That doesn't even make any sense to me. All right, let me try something else. Okay. Dude, all right, I can't even find it. "13.5" knives. Holy shit. Fucker's got rust all over him. I can't stand that rust feeling. Should be able to stick all 5 of these pretty easily from here. Oh my God. There we go. Oh, I can't stand my knives having fucking rust on them, dude. It drives me nuts. And almost 60% of my knives in here have got rust on them now. Last summer, I paid one of my friends that needed money. I was like, come on over here, man, I'll give you $100 if you clean my knives. And he did, but the humidity has been so bad here the past few weeks that all my shit's rusted. Even my katanas got rust on them, which drives me nuts. But yeah, that was a shitty demonstration. I was trying. Yeah, I know, man. I think that I just got to do some ventilation. But dude, even when I have the garage door open and I have that industrial fan blowing, there can still be standing water on all of the floor in here. It's wild. And everybody says, oh, just oil your knives. Yeah, dude, I do. I do oil my knives. And yeah, I spray this fucking coating on them. It's like $20 a fucking bottle. It puts a wax coating on it. It's tool and die saver. It's meant for long-term protection. Didn't matter. Didn't matter, dude. So you like to just grab the knife, feel it, and throw it. Yes, it would be better if I took this thing, did this, put my finger exactly where I needed to go. Hit my other knife, but all right. I always close off the stream with a trick shot. Let's just do a basic one. I don't want to get myself too fucking ticked off tonight. This Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be doing a giveaway. One of my designs. But yeah, let's just do a no spin. Un momento. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it, kids? Ooh, it's 11:30. Yeah, this will be good. gonna toss this can, throw this knife, pin it to the target. And since my elbow hurts, maybe it'll make me slow down. Slowing down is my biggest problem when I do a trick shot. All right, bad can toss. Ha! Right there. Ooh, that was close. That wasn't bad. Okay. Take a closer look. Not bad. Didn't take too long. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we do this normally every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We actually did one yesterday because I had a lot of friends over. And I'll teach you guys anything that I know for free. All you gotta do is ask. Yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe is for free. Peace. Later. Thanks for watching.